okay, this is a warning because I do get graphic. But I will say, you know how I always say, prepare to be offended. And if you are going to be offended, because I'm a deconstructing evangelical and deconstructing Christianity, not to keep watching, that I would suggest you scroll on, I would probably encourage you to stay. Because if you are not offended enough by what's happening in our world in regards to the Epstein files, especially the Trump administration, then I think you need to start to question why you're not offended enough. And unfortunately, what I'm noticing with Christianity is that Christians have a tendency to bury their heads in the sand. They're taught by pastors, by the church. I have walked this, just FYI, this is not something I'm speaking on that I have no history about. I have a long history of spiritual abuse. I have a long history of, obviously my rights as a female being taken away by the church. And of course, government based and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, pastors that are largely men, also, and I'm not hating on men either. For someone who has been through what I've been through, you would think I would hate on men, and that's not the point at all. Because I think there are really good men out there. But unfortunately, I find that to be fewer and far between. And they hide behind the skirt of God. They hide behind the church. They hide behind Christianity. And they use that as a tool to be able to cloak themselves as a wolf. They are a wolf in sheep's clothing, like that whole, story about, how, the boy that cried wolf and wolf, 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 and, the whole, unzipping. And anyway, I think I'm getting my stories mixed up. ADHD, I think you get the point of what I'm trying to make, is that a large part of the time what happens with Christianity is that people hide behind Christianity and use that as a tool to try to say, hey, look at me, I'm doing all these great things. I'm praying in public. I'm reading scripture and I'm posting scripture and I'm, talking about scripture and all of that kind of stuff. And then not even just that, but I'm worshiping. Look where I went. I went to this conference. I'm worshiping this weekend. I'm worshiping today. I go to church on Wednesdays. I go to church, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is that I have found more truth, more transparency, more purity in the heart of an atheist and the heart of an agnostic, someone who doesn't believe in God or isn't following Christianity anymore. Because the thing is, they are good people just because they're good people. They're not trying to prove themselves that they're good people. They genuinely want to do good things and be a good person, stand up for people that are poor or impoverished or the marginalized, such as women, people of color, different cultures, LGBTQ. Like, they want to stand with people and human rights. But yet Christians, you've got these horrible hatred coming out of Christian nationalists. Like, are you kidding me? Like, so if we're going to get scriptural here, like, that goes against everything that Jesus talked about. Absolutely everything. So I'm going to include at the end of the video, I did research of the Epstein files myself. I wanted to look for myself. I went through over 4,000 photos, which is not even, it's not just half of them is not even the verbiage. I didn't get to watch any of the videos, which I've seen other people talk about, but I didn't want to just take stuff, copy paste from what other people were saying. I wanted to actually go look for myself. And so I was researching and reading this weekend. And so I'll include what I found at the end. And I even made a post on my personal page, which kind of feels like it fell flat, which is fine. I think because there's a lot of Christians on my page. I think that's why. I think because people, what they do is that when stuff gets tough, when Christians find that things get hard, oh, I'm just going to go pray. No. In fact, that's completely against what Jesus was saying. You're supposed to be the hands and feet, and you're supposed to be going out to help people hurting, broken, marginalized, all the things, but yet you just want to pray about it. Now, that's very pharisaical. And the thing is being the hands and feet means taking action. It means verbally standing up for those that are hurting, that have been, again, taken captive for reasons that without due process. Like, I don't want to get too far into that because I don't have talking points in front of me and feel like I for my ADHD brain, I'll start running rampant and I need to kind of try to stay on point. So anyway, I'm going to include stuff at the end. of pictures, of screenshots that I took of the files myself. I didn't take it from anywhere else. It is yellow, and you've probably seen that a lot online, but that's it's like a highlighted computer yellow page. I didn't do that. That's already in the files just like that. So I'm just posting that. I'm disgusted. I am absolutely abhorrently disgusted. And if you, as a Christian, can still stand for this administration, and it's fine if you voted for Trump, there is never a point in time where you can't say, I'm recanting. I am so sorry I did this. I do not agree with this. I want to, stop supporting this. This isn't about being a Democrat. This isn't about being Republican. It has nothing to do with that. This has everything to do with, I can't even say human decency. The words don't even come to me. The files are so disgusting and so vile. And Trump is, as everybody knows, is in the thick of it. He literally talks about SAing girls. He auctions them off. And it says in all caps, children. He knew it was children. We're talking, this is what he decided to do. In order to make the girls more appealing, he decides to use his finger to check their vulva and their vaginas to tell how tight they are. As for how much money and how much they're going to be able to get to be able to auction this child off to be essayed. If you're not bothered by that, you really need to start questioning your heart, your brain, your mentality. You, as a decent human being, you cannot support this. You cannot support this. Again, going back to, this has nothing to do about Democrat or Republican. You guys, this is so effed up. I just cannot even. I cannot even. I'm so angry and I'm so sickened and I'm so disgusted. I don't even know what to say. I'm at a freaking loss for words. So if you voted for Trump and you want to recant, dude, recant. It's totally okay. It is totally okay to recant. You cannot support this anymore. He cannot be in power anymore. That's all this has been about. He doesn't believe in God. You cannot do that and believe in God. You cannot. Because that goes against everything that is scriptural. If we're going to use Christian rhetoric, it goes against everything that is scriptural. Everything. And this is the very thing that churches, pastors, leadership, they all continue to hide. And they're like, oh, we just need to pray. Or, oh, the first people that they actually judge are the victims. These were children. I implore you to please go do your research on your own. And I do include the link at the end. You're welcome to go look for yourself. I did have to download files because they come in zip drives too. So there's a lot of information, but I think you can kind of scroll through and look at them one by one. It just takes forever. So I downloaded it. So just all that to say, you guys, oh my God, there's probably going to be more that I'm going to say on this. But this has to stop. This has to stop. And this goes even further and even deeper. We have to stand up against this, you guys. We have to.